Hola, ¿cómo está? Hola, hola, ¿cómo está? Hola, hola, ¿cómo está? Facebook, phone me àti laptop kò corporate. So I'm gonna just do it like that. Ó yá, ẹjọ́ ìnìkẹ́ ṣíà ká tó bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹjọ́ ìnìkẹ́ ṣíà. Welcome back, welcome back. Mary Charles. Yeah. Ojúwe ló ń lé mi kiri o. Na ojúwe dey pursue me up and down o. So we are looking at the one that will pay us for now. So good afternoon, Ayọ̀délé Oyèdèjì, Augustine, Mary Charles. How are you? Mary Charles, I saw you now. I saw you yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Ẹ káàsán, Bọ́lá Balógun. Adétutù, ẹ̀yin ta Atlanta, I greet you o. Ṣàlàáfíà ni o. Ní ayé bàbá ètò. Tí Àdùnní Adé fẹ́ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Àdùnní owó. Ṣé on the topic, different shades of polygamy. Jack Olúṣọlá, thank you. Ẹ káàsán, good afternoon. Ṣàlàáfíà lẹ wà. Mo kí everybody. I greet every one of you as you join me this afternoon. This is your host, Aunty Aduni. Welcome to my page, Facts with Aduni, Real Talk with Aduni, and Real Talk with Aduni and Facts with Aduni. Those are my two names of Facebook, and I have 3 pages. But for now, I'm using this one because restriction has been lifted on this one. There was restriction. I keep explaining. But imagine someone so that so now, unfortunately, I tried to download. I need to change the laptop I'm using. I bought one, it's not really working. So I don't want to return it. I know it will be useful somebody. So when I go back home, I'll find somebody to dash it. If I see anybody, maybe on this page, I might use it as a prize for somebody. It's a new laptop and give it out when I come to Nigeria or send it through somebody. So meanwhile, look at my topic, different shades of polygamy. I'm sure you will wonder, what does this woman mean again? Which one is different shades of polygamy? Does polygamy have shades? Of course it has. Does polygamy have different colors? Yes, it has. Does polygamy have different types? Yes, it does. Is polygamy good? There's nothing bad in it. Is it a sin? No, it is not a sin. Did God command it did God say it's a sin? No, he did not say it. And I will prove it to you this afternoon. So I want to say welcome again as you join me on YouTube, for those that are watching on YouTube, and on Facebook. Don't mind if you are not many. It doesn't matter to me. I drop the video and I go. And when people watch, they see the meaning, they share. Okay? That's what is most important. Let's just learn something today. If you really want to be honest with ourselves, now go see say we don't enter era where we say polygamy is fast coming back. Either we want to acknowledge it We want to see it or we don't want to see it. It is coming back and it has come back. Is it wrong? No. If it is done well, does things work? Yes. If it is not done well, can it affect children? Yes. Not only children, it will affect everybody involved in it. It will affect the father wey go marry another wife. E go affect the wife, the mother wey dey for house, and e go affect children wey dey inside the marriage. If every party involved no use their sense, I will prove it to you. Before I start, let me give you example of some, at least the public one wey we know. Make I show us the public one wey we know. We have I'm using 3 examples now, 3 or 4. One is this man, Kwamwon and Kwamwon and kí lorúkọ ìyàwó ẹ̀ yìí, Olúrọ́pò. Kwamwon and the new wife. That is one type of polygamy. Kwamwon and the wife. We all know them. This one is one shade. I will explain the type of shade this one is one by one. This is one shade of polygamy. There's another shade of polygamy I will show you. This is another one. Ẹ má bínú o, bó ṣe gbà ni o. I tried to really get myself ready, or my laptop misbehave at the last minute. So I'll just go on since I'm determined. This is another different shade of polygamy entirely. I will explain the type it is too. I'm using public ones as example now. Let me show you another shade. This is another shade. Yule Doche and the wife, the new wife, Justin. That is another shade of polygamy. Now, the last shade, I will now take them one by one. Just be patient with me. Oh. This is another shade of polygamy. This one is not so common to people. The guy is not so popular. It's not the type that you see everywhere, that the noise is everywhere. How many people know this guy? Can you see the picture clearly? How many people know this guy? This is another shade of polygamy. Sorry, oh, this is Segun Ogungbe. For people who are in the Yorubas who watch Yoruba movies, they know Segun Ogungbe very, very well. This is another shade. So I've shown you 4 shades of polygamy, and I will now take them one by one without attributing it to any one of them. Do your calculations and plus and minus and join them to the name by yourself. Help me to share this video before I continue. Ever share. Isename Agbomewa. Wendy, is that you again? Okay, on YouTube. You are watching from YouTube. Ever share. People on social media, on Facebook, please help me to share. And please support my page with digital gifts, which is the stars. But on the meanwhile, Ever share, which is most important to me. Share so that people can learn from this. Now I'm going to break it down one by one. Somebody said, I think we always make a mistake of the terminology. 1, polygamy, a marriage in which a man can take more than one wife, as a woman can take more than one. That's polyandry according to obìnrin, where a woman can marry more than 2 wives. A marriage in which a man can marry more than 1 wife, polygamy. 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 Pol Polygamy, a marriage in which a man only can marry one wife. Oh, okay. And we are still saying the same thing. Where's the mistake? Polygamy is where a man decides to marry more than one wife. It can be two, it can be three, right? It can be four. It all depends on his capability. And polyandry, I think that is for when a woman, but I don't know that if that is legalized or if it can happen in African setting. Okay, that's polyandry, where a woman has two husbands. So for one man, but it is now it depends on the man now. Now, most of us are familiar with quoting David, Solomon, Abraham, and Jacob as the polygamous people in the Bible. I want to prove something to you today. In fact, there are lots of people in the Bible who are polygamous, and I'm going to give you the Bible verses, and you will hear even what the Bible said. It is not God that said. God did not write the Bible. People wrote it, where they wrote it there about this polygamy thing. So I'm going to quote the Bible verses. I wanted to put them here so I can be showing it, but my computer was not cooperating this afternoon. I'm determined I want to do 3 or 4 shows today, in case during the week I'm very busy again, because I have to work, and doing shows all the time takes my time and it's making me lose money. So I have to concentrate on my job too. So let me show you something where this polygamy thing is really not condemned. It's not condemned. Not condemned. Bible verses in there. Okay. I'm coming. I'm going to show you and read it to you one by one. I have too many files on this phone. Maybe that's why the phone was misbehaving. I need to delete. We tried. My daughter came to try and help me. So I need to delete a lot of files on this phone so that Ali Pada. So let me show you. Okay, go to Isaiah chapter 44, verse 1. Isaiah chapter 44. Can a woman marry more than one husband in a normal setting? It's impossible. It's impossible. Possible. Even the people that are thought that define it is not even happening with them. It's an impossibility. Not now. Okay, Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. It says, and if 7 women shall take hold of one man in that day, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own clothes. Let us be called by your name. Take away our reproach. Did you hear that? He said a time is coming, and 7 women shall take hold of one man. And I tell you, the time is now. It is happening already. It has been happening gradually, but now it is happening. They're getting more glaring. There was one post I saw somewhere that were reposted where a lady said she's looking for a man to get her pregnant. I don't know how true it is. Some people said maybe she won't take them and do juju for money or whatever. Nothing is impossible. But truly, it has come to that time where polygamy is gradually coming back. Somebody said in Nepal, brothers marry one wife. What? One man, 2 brothers will marry one wife. We need to research that. Really? Anyway, let's go on. I want to bring out some Bible points. So listen. That is one to confirm polygamy. And in Samuel chapter 1, verse 1 to 2, he said there was a certain man of Ramathim, Zophim, of the hill country of Ephraim, whose name was Elkanah, the son of Jeroham, son of blah 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 blah. The name of the one was Anna, and the name of the other Penina. Penina was in a polygamous zone. When she went, we were told she went to seek. That means they don't have many women there, or what? That she went to seek the face of God, and God answered her prayer as a polygamous woman, as a woman in a polygamous setting. Okay, that is another one. The next one, okay, First Chronicles chapter 4 verse 5. It says, Ashur, the father of Tekoa, had two wives, Hela and Nara. That's another one. There are many, okay? So this thing is, thank you, is a cultural thing there, okay? Even polygamy is more of a cultural thing for us too, until they are making us throw away our thing and embracing their own. And now we can see where we are. And always, don't get me wrong, I'm not promoting polygamy, and I'm not saying go into it, okay? But if you find yourself there, I want to talk on managing it, and I want to talk on identifying the type of polygamy you are finding yourself, okay, before you know what to do, before you spoil things or you stay where you're not supposed to stay. So that's another example. So the next example in the Bible says, but Abijah grew mighty, and he took 14 wives and 22 and had 22 sons and 16 daughters. That is Abijah. Is in the Bible, 2 Chronicles 13:12. Next one. I'm just trying to bring out some biblical examples, because most of us are used to David, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Solomon. There are many, 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 many others. I just took some very few ones. Joash was 7 years old, 2 Chronicles 24, 1-3. Joash was 7 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Zibiah of Beersheba, and Joash did what was right in the eyes of the Lord all the days of Joiada the priest. Joiada got Joash 2 wives. They said he did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, and he got 2 wives and had sons and daughters. That is another one. He did what was right. They never said he did what was wrong. Okay, I think that was the last one. So I purposely took those few ones. There are many others, but I took those few ones so that you will know that not only Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that we always talk, there are many, 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 many there, and they were not condemned. Before I go on, please, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe for enlightening and informative shows like this. And you might say, I don't want this kind of influencing. I don't want this kind of motivational. You want fake motivational that will tell you, if you find your husband marry one wife, pack your load and go. Better to be happy than to be, better to be single and be happy. Better to be a single mother and be happy. That's why we have a lot of single mother out there. Now today, wọ́n fi kanra mọ́ àwọn ọkùnrin. No, they don't deserve to be said happy Father's Day to a father that is kini kan. When you decided to move out of a relationship, it is on you. Okay? So, ẹ má fi kanra ìtàmájé. So that is by the way. Now I'm going to show you I'm going to mention different shades of polygamy. Now I'm not going to mention anybody, but I've brought out some example of our polygamous celebrities. I gave 4 examples. If you are just joining us, watch the video from the beginning. I showed 4 examples of our celebrities that are into polygamy. I picked just 4 of them as our study case. So I'm going to start mentioning the first shade of polygamy. I call it Agbero polygamy. This Agbero, what is Agbero polygamy? Tout polygamy, tout way of polygamy. This type of tout polygamy is the type that a man decides to marry another woman. He has a wife at home. Oh. In fact, he has multiple wives. He just pack them. He just they marry them. Once they don't born finish, he put them one side. He go put them one side. Now new one he dey like every day. You know agbero. Why I call am agbero be say if agbero go restaurants go chop, na daily money dem dey spend because they know tomorrow another money go come. So they live for today. Now today, wetin dey give them joy today, they are after. They will enter buka. You will see them point to one meat. Give me this meat. Give me this meat. You go look there and say, Janko kuleleyi. This one na wake and die. Na agbero way of life be that. So the agbero polygamy is the kind wey be say e go carry this cloth today. That is the woman. E don use the woman finish. The woman no dey useful again. E go pack the woman one side. E go pack the woman one side, go marry another one without even doing it the right way. That agbero style, you know agbero no care. Na money agbero dey after. As this agbero my polygamous, e no even care whether in dey hurt you or in no hurt you. He no wan know whether in don carry you, show you to the world. As long as you no pay am, in feel say no need you again, he go just pack you. You know the relevance. Now he be say he don't finish with you. You don't finish. That person who don't finish, he go pack another one. Take another one. He go use that one. He drop that one too when he finish. This kind of agbero polygamy, no dey stop at 2, no dey stop at 3, no dey stop at 4, no dey stop at 5. In fact, they go on and on until maybe sickness or death will stop them. That is the number 1 polygamy. That's one of the agbero polygamy. The second, this agbero polygamy, the danger in it be say you wey be woman, when you go find yourself inside that kind marriage, you no go know where to turn to because the man no tell you say he no do again, and at the same time he no get time for you again, and he no wan see you with another man. So you go come dey stuck in between. Front you can't go, back you can't go because he never tell you say he no do, and he no get time for you. He just carry the new one, and the new one dey shack am. That one na agbero polygamy. The danger for you woman, if you find yourself there, is that if you find yourself there, you no go know where I wan go now. If you say you wan comot, people go say whether he chase you, he don chase you comot, you go say no. He say why you dey go, but he doesn't come to see me. If dem call am, he go say him busy. So you are stuck. That is the danger in it, and you can be stuck there till you are old before you go see say age don go to even see man call you again. He go don even label you. No man go want to call you anymore. No man will want to come near you because they know you with a man. So to even get a man will be very tough for you because they know you as ìyàwó lágbájá. So people move away from you. Now so you go just wake up one day, and the ones wey sabi how to go their way, wallahi they know they dey lonely. You go get somebody somewhere. Wait until they can now decide on what to do. That is that. You no ask me say wetin you go do if you find yourself there. Allah ti ṣe ló mama ti ṣe are. That one no concern me. I no go give advice on what to do. So that's number 1. Number 2 agbero. Number 2 polygamy. Another shades of polygamy is the mumu polygamy. This kind polygamy na the kind polygamy wey be say man get wife for house, nothing happen. He say he wan marry another wife. Okay, men are polygamous in nature. When he do the marriage, he no go tell wife He go do am secretly. No be that one is not the mumu marriage. That's another one. The mumu marriage, the man go marry wife. The wife wey he marry, na him go begin control the house. When the woman wey go marry come begin control house, na so the man sef go dey look like mumu because of wetin he dey chop don turn him head. He no get sense again. That kind marriage, e dey destroy men. For you men wey wan go into polygamy, make una dey get sense. If you go marry woman wey be say hey, you don waka, she sharp pass you, or you think say because wetin you dey chop you no get sense again, na so you go chop wetin be say you will not know say the woman wey you marry na him dey control you even wetin dey happen inside your house. The danger of this one be say na the man go suffer am last, because when the other woman wey dey control you come, she control you finish, she see say you don dey finish, na so she go take a walk, just waka go. The house wey you don destroy, to go back to the house no go dey easy. Or you are in that house and the one wey dey house don find her strength back. You want her to now be doing what you did not encourage her to before, wey be say you dey do like mumu when you supposed to stand up as a man to protect her. But okay, even if I marry, make senior know herself as senior, make junior know senior as senior, make respect dey inside that house. You no go do, you go dey look. Your younger wife go dey do anything wey she like to the senior wife. The senior wife go dey look you, e go dey look you, she go dey cry, because no be to marry be the problem, na the way wey dem dey handle the thing dey cause wahala. You go marry woman wey be say na waka waka, wey get sense pass you, because you see beauty, because you don enter her conga, you think say her conga sweet pass anything, e don comot your sense. Person wey don you no know where you dey again. Even when the younger wife dey do wetin go wrong, you no go talk, you go dey look. That one na the mumu polygamy. The person wey dey suffer inside that marriage na the first wife, na him dey suffer am. She go dey suffer am because she go dey endure. But if na the type wey be troublesome person too, wallahi that man sef no go rest for inside that house. You no go rest, even if they are not living together. If you go Kafansha, you no go rest. You come back to Sokoto, you no go rest. Na so it go be for you. If you wan marry two wives, you cannot tame the two of them. Na serious wahala you dey enter. Na your type dey get stroke, na that kind type dey get stroke before you know it. That one go pull am, this one go pull am. But if you come marry, if the first wife come be gentle person, wey instead of fighting, he go just dey look. By the time wey be say the one wey dey outside deal with you finish, wey cause wahala for you finish, wey you come tire, no be only tire, you come fall sick, the one wey dey for inside house, na time of payback e go come start. Na that time you, the man, go come suffer am at the end of the day. That is another shade of polygamy. This second shade of polygamy, most men that fall into it are men wey dey like toto. Men wey dey like toto, wey no know say toto as e deep, na so wickedness of some women deep. E go enter am, e be like conga. You enter am to come out, no dey easy. That is the other shade. Such men, dem go get fine wife for house, but greed, you no go let them sit down. Dem go still jump out. Okay, you jump out, but you know you are not the type, because to marry two wives no be momoy. If anybody tell you say to manage two women na momoy, go and ask people who are in it. Many men, You don't even have the wisdom of even handling one woman at all. You jump into another woman. You know, say that you write letter for trouble for yourself and your old age. Now your type go dey cry, make pikin celebrate you in old age. When pikin dey see wetin your wife, your young wife, dey do their mama, wetin you sef, you just dey look, dey speak like mumu, dey speak like person wey dem no cook well. Na later na dey collect na cane when you hold finish. That is the second shade of polygamy. The third shade of polygamy, one resemble mumu polygamy, but e no resemble polygamy. E no resemble the mumu. E resemble am small, but not so small, not so much. This one na the polygamy of person wey don chop belle full. Wey big thing say im get control. E think say im get control. E think say im know wetin e dey do. But unconsciously, e no know wetin e dey do. That's why I call am senseless polygamy. Why do I call it senseless polygamy? Na the polygamy wey be say a man enter, e get wife for house, nothing dey wrong, everything do okay. He decide to marry another woman. Okay, you decide to marry another woman. When something happen, now you go be the mouthpiece of that woman. Now you go dey defend the other woman, either the first wife or the second wife. That's why I call am senseless. You know why? If you are between the two of them, two women are dragging you, you dey middle. When one of them do something, instead of the one wey do something to for people to see wetin that person wey do something do, now you go dey front. Now you go dey front as the man, giving support. I hope you are getting it. Giving support, being the mouthpiece of the person wey dey cause katakata inside the house, like defending. That's why I call am senseless, because na him be say that man no get. If you get sense, you go know say na sense then they take carry women. Even one woman put for house, talk less of two. You can't carry two women put for house. Katakata dey happen. Now you go dey talk because of wetin you dey chop at that time. That's why I say e resemble. That thing wey you dey chop, e no go make you get sense. Now you go dey come, dey defend. They talk, say she no be like this. No, she's not somebody like that. No, she doesn't mean it that way. That's not what she's saying. She's this, she's that. Now you go dey announce wetin they no ask you as a man in that house. Wetin you no supposed to talk, now you go talk am. That's why I call am senseless. Now your type go carry wetin the first wife talk, dey tell second wife. Can you see say na person wey no get sense be that one? That's why I call am senseless. Now your type go carry wetin the small one talk, tell the first one when that one dey in good terms with you. That's why I say na senseless. E get some men wey be say na them dey take their hands, they scatter their houses. No be the women wey they marry. Sam, no be the women. Any man wey wan go into polygamy, if he no get sense, after he destroy him children, destroy the women, he go destroy himself later. Now he go come carry the destruction later. By the time the other ones don't get themselves, they don't move. Now you go front. No, she doesn't mean it that way. That's not what she said. She said this, she mean this, she mean that. Now you go, they carry, they showcase. Even when the woman no send you, now you go, they publicize the woman. Even when the woman, they tell you, say, please, this is too much. Now you go say, make you no worry. I won't make the world know, say, now you. I want make the world don't say now you. Say you dead here. I no go hide you. Now you go take your hand, cause the destruction by yourself. You know, I brought out 4 examples of poem. Our celebrity couples where they into polygamy. You can relate. Pin it to each one of them. I no go mention name. That is the 3rd polygamy. E can't get polygamy wey be say then they call polygamy. Wey be say any woman wey find himself in that one will say, polygamy is not so bad. The way people are talking about this polygamy, my own is not like that. In fact, we are one. You know why? I have seen a polygamy where the 2 wives, in fact, they were 3, not 2, 3 wives. They wear the same clothes, wear the same daily. Anytime they have outing together, you will see them from head to toe, same color, everything to their jewelry. They are that close, and they live in the same house. Not in the olden days, though. I'm talking at this present time. And I can't see one of them that this guy is not on the radar of social media. He's not in the radar of all these celebrities, people that we bring out. And I've been following this guy for some time. I said, and I was watching the 2 of them, watching these people. Of recent, this couple, these people I'm talking of, I'm talking about Segun Ogungbe. Many of you know Segun Ogungbe. You know Segun. Many of you know who Segun Ogungbe is. Let me just recap the Segun Ogungbe's biography. Segun Ogungbe is a nephew to Akin Ogungbe. Akin Ogungbe is dead, but he used to be one of the major actors in Nigeria, in Yoruba movie industry. So this Segun Ogungbe grew up with Akin Ogungbe, the uncle. Akin Ogungbe was married to 20 wives. And because of this, Segun Ogungbe, according to him, said he never prayed to have more than 1 wife in his life. Sometimes destiny play a part in making a man a polygamous. It is not as if that man wants it. But how you manage it goes a long way. Some men, destiny has put it for them that they will have children from multiple women. Some, destiny has put it for them their wives are going to be 2 or 3. Take it or leave it. So this guy grew up under an uncle who had 20 wives, and he saw how life was tough. He said he would never marry 2 wives. What happened to him? Segun Ogungbe, in the process of this acting thing, got an actress pregnant. The actress name is Wumi Ajiboye. Segun Ogungbe's first wife is Atinuke. In fact, you need to see their children. Very beautiful children. I was surprised. I did my own work searching for him for 5 days ago. I've been wanting to talk on this for about 5 days, but I keep postponing because of time. And I don't want to mix it with my other shows, so people will get messages in this. We are getting there, and we are there already. We are getting there, and we are there already. This polygamy thing. The rate at which there are a lot of women there, out there, they want to marry. Take it or leave it. It will get to a stage, your friend can even marry your husband if you're not careful. And that is why you should be careful what to tell your friends about your mind. So Segun Ogungbe made a vow, and this lady got pregnant for him. And he felt obligated that he has to marry her because of the pregnancy. He said he doesn't want his child to grow out of his care. And that is one of the things I was saying this morning. There are fathers and there are fathers. These are the fathers that will not allow their children out there. And I'm sure after Atinuke, after Wumi, Segun will be very, very careful. Let me just play their video that I compiled together. Then we'll continue. There was a place, let me look for that place, where they were dancing. Okay, let's continue it from here. That is Shegun backing one of their children. That is the two wives. This is few days ago. Yes, Atinuke's birthday. Thank you. Very few days ago, like last week or so, or 2 weeks ago. That is Atinuke and Wumi. When I went to check, if you check their profile on Instagram, coincidentally, Wumi and Tinuke share the same birthday dates. Let me show a clearer picture of these two people in case you didn't see their picture well. Atinuke and Wumi share the same birthday months. Their husband is always celebrating them together. This is Tinuke, the first wife, and this is Wumi, the second wife. If you go under their profile, when it is April, I think they celebrate their birthdays in April, the husband jointly paying down something for them together, and he will say, I love you both. And when it is the birthday of the first wife, go and see what he will pen down. He calls the first wife his mother. Honestly, I give it to that lady Atinuke. Obìnrin bíi ti ẹ̀ I give it to her. If Atinuke did not make it easy, Wumi will not be in that house. And I give it to Wumi. If Wumi did not recognize and respect Atinuke as the first wife, as the homemaker before she came, that house will not exist. So we will give the credit to both of them. Wumi got married to Tinuke and brought her home. He did not even keep her outside. He brought Tinuke to the house. Tinuke recognized, he brought Wumi to the house. Wumi recognized Tinuke as the first wife, and they called Tinuke Big Mommy in that house. When Tinuke gave birth, Wumi gave birth recently, I think last year or so, you will see Wumi. Wumi was the one carrying the baby during naming ceremony. And I listened to one of the speech. I can't play it now because of time. To the speech that Wumi made. He said in their house, there is nothing like maybe first wife come and shenkokon or poison or do this or do juju. She said nothing like that in their home. They live under the same roof and see their children, beautiful children. Honestly, I wish I can have time to get across to Shegun Gbe. I will want to interview him. What is the magic? What is the secret? And I will try and find him. Please come and enlighten your fellow men. How you have been able to do this? Keep two young, beautiful women in the same house. And anytime we see you people, even on their pages, individually, the women, they celebrate each other. There was another video I saw too. I couldn't load to that one. That lady, in fact, these two people, I don't know how they used to be friends, and they got married to the same man. And see them, they all share TikTok together. I'll look for their TikTok. How have they been able to do it? Most first wife. Again, let me take water, please. My throat is dry. Most first wife, What men don't know is that your first wife is very important. If you decide another woman is coming in, you don't know. She needs to give her blessing. She needs to accept. Even in the Quran, go and ask people who are Muslims. We know it is acceptable in Muslim setting. But how many Muslim women too come on social media to say, God forbid. They can't take it. Adekas is a Muslim. You can see it is tough for the wife. Anybody marrying a Muslim should be ready for it. Anybody tó bá jẹ́ pé Muslim ló fẹ́, it is allowed. Tí ọkọ ẹ bá fẹ́ yàwó mẹ́rin, tó bá ti lè capable, kò gbéṣẹ́. The capability was not really defined, but I think the capability is that they said he has to ṣe déédéé, that is, he must be just. The just is what I discussed in that senseless polygamy. It must be fair among the four. That is the key importance for any man going into polygamy. The first wife, like I said, has to accept. She has to agree. The family, if she doesn't want to, you call family meeting. Bó ṣe ń ṣe láyé àtijọ́ nìyẹn tó fi tò. The first wife, family máa pè é. Tó bá dẹ̀ fi gbóná ra, pepper body, tó fi. Because what some men will tell you is that they are scared. They don't want any woman to kill them. And they keep that woman outside. Now, today is Father's Day. It is those type of men I say they don't deserve to be greeted Happy Father's Day. You keep a woman outside because of the wife at home. You forget the child that she has for you because there is one woman at home. And you think, orí ọmọ yẹn ò ní jà ẹ́. O rò pé orí ọmọ yẹn kò ní jà ẹ́. Orí ọmọ yẹn máa jà ẹ́. And that is why some of you, despite whatever you do, despite staying with that woman that you think kó má bàa bínú, you see how the children treat you at the end of the day. Tẹ́ bá dàgbà tán, orí ọmọ tó wà níta náà ké, that you abandon with the mother outside because of the fear of the one. Only bí wọ́n ṣe ń tò, there is a way it was being done in the olden days. Either we like it or not, it's coming back. Everybody, you people know my page is for fact and reality. Bold talk. Tẹ́ ẹ ní fẹ́ gbọ́. It is coming back. Àwọn obìnrin tó wà níta tó ti wà of marriage age, tán bá rí, if they see a man tó pa kẹnu sí wọn, wọ́n á gbà. Ẹ gbàgbé ẹ̀. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká tanra wa. The man might hide it for you. And that is the life many men are living. This kind of, that's another polygamy that I should have defined. Deceptive polygamy. That should be our fifth polygamy. The fifth one should be deceptive polygamy. Those are the men that have children outside. And the wife at home is believing she's the only one. Meanwhile, he has another home he is keeping. Responsible in that home. Family members will know the woman. You are the only one that will not know. Women, ẹ má jẹ́ ká tanra wa. Hot body, put them aside so that your man can be real to you. The day you will wake up one day, that is why some women, it is on their husband burial ground, they will get to know that the husband has other children. And they begin to cause the man in debt. Where the first wife said, not naked, but we accept another woman. It is left to the man. Look, there is a law even to that. When a woman said she will not accept that woman, that man has not done him any bad. She's the one that said she will not accept, and she has option. Even in the Quran, it's there in the Quran that if the woman say, over my dead body will not allow this woman. They said that woman, first wife, is allowed to go. She can go if she doesn't want to allow. But they will not leave the second woman for her. It's in the Quran. It's right there in the Quran. Ẹ lọ bèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tán nímọ̀. And it is our tradition. It has been our tradition. It is our culture as a people. Oyinbo's culture is for them to marry 10 women and be divorcing them as they are marrying. They can marry 20 and be divorcing them. That is their own tradition. Every country, every people have their tradition. Please go and watch this movie. Somebody recommended it to me, and I will recommend it. If you are a Yoruba person, you will understand better. We are a people of culture. China have their culture. They just mentioned Nepal. Nepal have their culture, which I have not even heard of. Two brothers marrying one woman. And they said it is legal. Every country have their culture. All of us cannot imbibe Oyinbo culture. It's even destroying us, affecting us. That is why we have plenty single mothers out there. That is why we have single mothers everywhere. All over the place. I want to look at the name of that movie. I watched it overnight last night. It's a documentary. Very, very interesting. And very, very an eye-opener. For us, we don't even know our culture. We don't know who we are as a people. We are lost in other man's culture. We are lost in their definition. We are lost in everything about them. Their religion, their way of life. We don't even know who we are as a people. Everyone has their way of life and their culture, and it's affecting us in every way. Hello, my movie Timon Soyen is a documentary. Bigger than Africa. Today, where is our Oriki as a people? Where is our Oriki as a people? It is being lost. Some of us don't even know our Oriki, despite our age. Some of us don't even know anything about our culture because we are imbibing other man's culture and it's not even working for us. So what are we saying? In case you find yourself there, I am not promoting it, but I'm just saying facts. And I'm telling you, it is not a sin. It was never considered a sin. And it is not enough. It's not enough reason for a woman to move out. That is why we have what we call single parents all over the place now, single mothers. Today, fathers, all of them are busy on social media, cursing men. They are busy on social media, cursing the father of their children who abandoned them. Orí MFM gbálẹ̀ ni. Orí wọn gbálẹ̀. Orí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń pè ní kíní. Look at how they are celebrating it. You go and watch. I was watching the movie yesterday. Tears came out of my eyes. That, oh Lord, we have missed so much. We have lost a lot as a people. Go and watch it if you have time. Bigger than Africa. That is Yorubas, especially. Even these Benin people too, they have good, beautiful culture. We want to throw everything away. We want to live a life that is not our own. And it's not even working for us. It's not working. Even abroad. All in the name of imbibing Oyinbo culture. Yes, on Netflix. Thank you. Please, can somebody comment it so I can pin it? Bigger than Africa. X-Man Ola. Oh yeah, be my admin for today. Type bigger than Africa in capital letter, then I will pin it. Go and watch that documentary. Very, very eye-opener. I mean, very, very eye-opening documentary to know where you are from. Gbogbo nǹkan tá sọnù náà ń ṣe ní Brazil nsìn. Gbogbo nǹkan tá sọnù àwọn kan ti ń bá ibẹ̀. They have taken it up and pushed it, and it's become something that everybody wants to associate with. And because of it, I've made up my mind. Bóyá next year, lágbára Ọlọ́run, year after, I must go to Brazil. Tó bá ń ṣe celebration kìíní yẹn. Thank you. I will go because of it. I want to relate to where I came from. Most of us were not allowed to. We lost a thing. We say, this thing is not all the things that they call idol worshiping for us. Are they not molding? Are they too not molding idols now? Are they not molding idols? Sometimes you pass through their church, you see what they mold down. Is that not idol? Are they not worshiping idols too? Are they not worshiping pictures? Everything. There are some centers, some tourist centers you will go here. Àwọn kan wá big àwọn kan wá náà fi ṣe figi náà fi ṣe kíní wọn. Yes, àwọn West Indies and Caribbean countries. Àwọn Trinidad and Tobago. Everything not adopting ti wọn tán ti ń lò lọ́dọ̀ wọn. You have thrown a lot away. You're just imbibing what is not paying us. So in case you find yourself there, I've given you in Benin, the Holy Arosa Church is still existing. Which one is Arosa Church? I've never heard of it. You see, I'm learning a lot too from doing this show. I'm learning a lot. Oh, I'll check it out. Holy Arosa Church is still existing. Let's quickly check and see what. Abi, you want to call in and tell us what it means? Wendy, will you call in and tell us what it means? Call me on 347-261-5455 WhatsApp. You want to enlighten us on it? It is known as the Oba Church. Oh, Oba Church. Okay, thank you. In Benin, our Benin keep culture up till now. They still have their culture, their dressing and everything is still there. Don't you know we are people of beauty? We are people of beauty. Somebody was discussing with me about our talking drums. How many of our children know how to beat that talking drum? This is a pride for us that we are gradually, unconsciously throwing away. That talking drum. That talking drum, that when they beat it, is saying something. I met an Oyibo that was telling me that he loves that talking drum so much. They love our culture. They wish they have the culture we have. I want a culture now. Majority one. China has a culture. They kept to their culture. They didn't lose themselves. They have books in Chinese. Japanese has a culture. They didn't throw it away. They have books in Japanese language. So I was talking about which one did we talk last? The deceptive polygamy. This was the deceptive polygamy is what many Nigerian men are practicing. That is what most of you Nigerian men that you are practicing. That is what most of you are practicing. You are the best. You are the only sugar in their tea, and they are the only cockroach in your cupboard. Meanwhile, deceptive polygamy surround it. That is the one that is even very, very common. That is the one that is very, very common. Okay. Let me pin it. Go in on income. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I'm about to pin it. Ojú go in on income. èèyàn kan ní keep sweet, pray and obey. Okay, ó dà pé èèyàn kan náà mention move ìyẹn náà fún mi. Keep sweet, pray. Màá wò tí n bá ṣe tán sí mi ìjáde lénìí. Ní mi ṣe nǹkan kan lénìí, mo fẹ́ relax. Ẹ má ní ẹni sùúrù o. This is the number. That's the number. Did you see the number? When they have put it there, so you can call me on it. I'll watch it once I'm done. Honestly, I'm learning a lot from doing these shows. I'm really, really learning. That's the number. I've put it there. I don't want to pin it because I want to delete it later. This is my major line and I don't like receiving call on it because of work. I have the other one, but it's in the bedroom. I can't stand up again. My daughter is busy doing her hair. I don't want to disturb her. So, deceptive marriage and deceptive polygamy, that one is so common among Nigerian men. Opo, by the time you carry 10 Nigerian men down, 6 or 7 of them are into it. A child is outside, the wife in the house, we don't know anything. Family, we know. Family members of that man, they will know because they are the one that will go and name the pikin, but they will not let the wife know. And the wife herself will be doing, I'm the only one. No other child from my children. It is the day your husband that you will know whether he has another child or he does not. So why are you deceiving yourself? If he decides to do it, it is better you discuss it with him. Me, I discussed with my own when he was alive. I told him because I know the kind of upbringing I have. I know it can happen. And I was ready to face reality. I was prepared for it. So I called him. I said, in case you decide, please don't do boju for me, no kill me. Now that one I no go fit take. He tell me, say, whether he say, I want marry. I say, in case it can happen, you are a man. You are very handsome. Will I deceive myself? He thought I was joking. I told him, I said, I'm not joking. No. You are very handsome. You are every lady's man. There is no woman that will see you that will not look at you. Ọkùnrin dá tó ìtẹ́bá ń gbọ́ Ọláyíwọláwẹ̀ lódò gbogbo obìnrin yọwọ́ ọṣẹ àwọn ìyẹn náà ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀. Very handsome. So how will I deceive myself that as you are, no woman will look at you? When I even see people that are older than us giving you face, then they shake body for you in my presence. Now I will can't deceive myself. In those days, I know them. Láwọn tá à ń pè láǹtì nígbà yẹn, when they see my husband, and that time they go, they shake body. So I was prepared for. I said, please, in case you decide, in case, don't do boju, don't do me. Deceptive polygamy, I don't like. If it happens, you know where you dey. You know what is going on. Okay, don't wahala. We are two. And you are just, it's a matter of time. Everybody will be all right. Everybody will be all right. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of readjusting. Look at Tinuka and Wumi that I brought in. The wife already has grown-up children. Her children are grown up. She was not expecting it. For long, she was being with her husband. And the man went to play during their, they travel a lot. This is their program. This is their acting thing. Benny, this their acting thing is a thing whereby if you need to see them when they are acting, especially when they have to stay overnight. At least they've used my house. I know all of them will sleep carelessly anyhow. So one person can just carry somebody and say, when I grow, catch him. And something go enter something. Hello? Yeah, you're online.
Yes, I'm online. Yes. Sorry. The church called Holy Arusa. That church in Benin City has been existing since the 15th century.
Wow.
The church originally was founded by the Portuguese when they came to Benin. In that, I've attended the church and I went there for research stuff. That's why I attended the church. I attended like 2 times. It's on Sunday. So in Benin, it is called the Oba Church. What they preach in that church, they don't preach like Jesus Christ. What they preach is the Old Testament on polygamy, like the way you used to advise in your program. In the church, they will say, your husband's children is also your children.
Yes.
Do not love your husband's children like your children. Love your mates. Do not plan evil against your husband's children. Do not plan evil against your, the normal African tradition where we live in a community stuff. The
community thing.
Yes, don't plan evil against your husband. Don't plan evil against your mates. Don't plan evil against your husband's children. So the church is the Oba's church. That is the church the Oba family attend. When the Oba wants to go to church, he goes to Holy Arosa. So the priest in the church dressed like our traditional priest, but the colors, they wear white and red, but they won't put all this white chalk and everything on. They will dress like the way you have a Anglican priest dressing, but it's white and red, and it has the significance of white and red in Benin. So the musical instrument is the traditional kind of musical instrument, though they are mixing modernity into it. But everything is done in Benin. The service is not in English. So if the chiefs,
the service is done in the Benin language.
It's in Benin language, not in English language. So if the priest, if any of the chiefs is doing anything, that is their goal. So you will see the women there. They all are women polygamous because chief does not marry one wife. So all of them is a polygamous thing. The people that attend the church. So it's a core Benin traditional church. Even when they coronate the Oba, that's where the Oba goes for Thanksgiving. So it's a traditional church, not the normal English church where the normal Pentecostal or Anglican or Catholic. No.
And it's still existing till now.
See tomorrow. If you go to YouTube, just type Holy Arusa Church.
Okay.
You will know a lot about it.
Thank you.
Just go to YouTube Church, yes. It's popular. A lot of people go there.
So in other words, you are trying to tell us that Benin people are still upholding their culture very well.
Till tomorrow now. All the ones that the Oba is getting married to, are they old women? No, now. When he went to the throne, he has 4 wives. Now he has 6 wives. 2 are even sisters.
What?
Yeah, 2 are sisters. 2 are sisters because once the Oba appoints a woman, the parents have no say.
Like it used to be in those days, yes.
Tomorrow,
those 2 sisters are all of them are living peacefully in the palace.
The Oba, when you marry the Oba, you are not going there to joke now. Your people don't. The women don't really go out. So why are you?
We don't even know them. Like our own Yoruba Oba that are everywhere.
No. They don't. They control them now. There is like social media presence. They don't go out now. These are women who don't go to parties. They don't go to markets. They don't go anywhere now. They are always in the palace.
Do they have life?
Why they have life? They are rich. They travel overseas.
Wow.
They have properties.
They just put themselves in that place of honor and respect. That's what I see.
The Benin traditional something is wealth transferring. It's wealth. The wealth is transferred. Their own is first son. The first son takes all. His first son, the first son in each family takes the whole property of the father. So if this one that is here, that is on the throne, like the one that this one's father, all his father's property, he has collected it. So what the Oba does, now that he's alive, all these many women, is going to settle them well. Because when he passed on, everything he has goes to his first son. That is how their tradition works. The wealth transcends. It goes forward. So everything, if you have a child for a Benin man, which is a man, that's your first son. They don't care where you come from. If it's not the royal family. When the father dies, the first son inherits everything. He can give to his brothers if he wants. So that's why the Oba does not marry an outsider. he must marry a Benin woman.
Wow.
If you are not from Benin, you cannot understand the system. You cannot understand the culture. So it's the Oba only marries a Benin woman.
Wow.
Yeah, and he marries the daughter of chiefs. He marries the daughters of chiefs, not commoners.
Wow.
So the daughter of a chief knows what happens because she is also coming from a polygamous house too. So she knows it's something that you are trained to eat. You don't just jump from coming from anywhere to come there. So you know what is it. You know what you are going into.
Wow.
Those women that are married to him, they are not children of nobody. He doesn't just see.
And you don't. So they don't. You say they don't go to parties, nothing like that.
Where are they going to? The palace. It's the palace.
What if the Oba of Benin don't really go out anyway?
He goes, but the women.
Did they accompany him when he's going to parties or something?
No, they don't accompany him. You know, he stayed in Italy, he stayed in Switzerland, where he was ambassador when the father was alive, because he couldn't stay in Nigeria because he's not supposed to see his father. They don't see. Like this one that is sitting, his own hair apparent is not. I don't think the guy is not in Benin. They don't see.
So that's the tradition.
That is, they don't.
The culture there.
You see, when Bobrisky went to Benin to say the rubbish he said,
I remember.
They asked him if he didn't leave, those people they will behead him there, and nothing will happen. So the Benin, the Oba is the god. You don't go crazy and say anything about the Oba. When they told him to leave, if he didn't leave, Eki that invited him, she's a child of a commoner, that the father is rich. So there were a lot of him begging. Eki's family had to go beg. They had to go through chiefs to beg. And Eki had to ask him to leave. If he doesn't leave, they will kill him there. And nothing will happen. That's the Benin for you. They don't joke. They are not like the Yorubas who joke. Where you see King's wife coming on social. No, it doesn't happen. Ask any Benin person.
That's why they are dragging, and that's why they are dragging King's wife anyhow on social media. Yeah, because of that means they are robbing, they are mingling with everybody.
Yeah, because you just go bring a child of a commoner to come into the palace. It's not done. It's not done. You can't just go pick a woman from the street and bring to the palace. It's not done. That's why in the palace there, like the Benin, you can't just wake up one day and say you want to do Christianity. It doesn't work. So it is the chief's daughters. Chief's daughters are the ones that marry and come into the palace. You don't just marry any woman. You don't just see a random woman.
This is enlightening.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, these things are there. If you know any Benin person, you can insult the Benin person and tell her that her father is stupid, her mother is stupid. But if you tell her Oba is stupid, she will kill you.
Ew.
They don't joke with it. You don't joke with a Benin person and say any derogatory thing about their Oba. That's when.
This is eye-opening, This is really enlightening. I'll go and watch it.
Yes, just go watch only Arusa. You'll see when the Oba went there for this one went for his coronation, the coronation service. You can even watch the service. The palace is a very big palace, so the palace has not changed. Thousands of years it's been there. Nothing changes. The walls are still there. It's been there. You don't just not like the Yoruba owns. That's why when that Ife wife was doing all those things she was doing, I was like, what is all this? You don't try it in the Benin zone. You can't. You can't. You can't just wake up and say you are going.
You know, most of we have lost most of our culture. That's what they are saying in that's bigger than African movie I watched. We have lost a lot as a Yoruba person.
Till tomorrow.
And a lot outsiders are now embracing it and using it now.
Yeah.
If you watch that movie as a Yoruba person, tears will come out of your eyes.
Yeah. Till tomorrow. That's why in Benin, till tomorrow, the Oba is the head of the Oloko worshippers. Oloko does not die in Benin. Shango does not die in Benin. Ogun does not die in Benin. Because the bronze makers, they are the people who worship Ogun, the people who do bronze and iron work. So those things the Yoruba people throw away. The Benin do not throw their own away. Till tomorrow, Ayelala is still there. Orumila is still there.
In Benin?
Every of those, yes, they are still serving.
Somebody said, what development has all this brought to Benin and Benin people?
That they should go to Benin and see that the Benin are more far developed, because now there is repatriation of the stolen artifacts there. One thing about Africans, we imbibe things we don't understand.
That's true.
Somebody that is asking that question, well, even the white man will tell you, a man that does not know his culture is lost. That is your identity.
Yeah.
If you cannot pinpoint where you come, look at the slaves that were carried from Yoruba land. They went with their gods and passed it down to their generation. We have this thing. We imbibed colonialism in a wrong way. In a very wrong way. We throw away, and somebody is asking, what has it brought to the Benin? Tell the person that a world-class museum is built in Benin, and the Nigerian, they are fighting furiously.
Museum?
Yes, they are building a world-class museum in Benin. When those artifacts come back, they have to return it back to the place where they took them from.
In fact, you guys will take passing. You go take straight visitors.
Yes,
those are the things that is giving a lot of countries money. Museum. I know the way people come to America to come for tourism, and when they come, they go to the museums.
Do you know, if you go to the museum in London, half of the things there is things that were. Do the British people have anything? Half of all the things you have are things that were stolen. And people are fighting. The person that is asking a question, do you know the fight people have been fighting to get these things back?
I know they've been on it.
Yeah, they've been fighting, and that's why whenever they bring anyone, they celebrate it big. You stole these things. The Germans are bringing theirs back. The English said they are not bringing theirs, and they are fighting it. The French people, wherever those artifacts, art in Africa, our culture is not beauty.
Is
the
art.
person that is asking, what has this thing brought? The person that has been asked the question, what has this thing brought to the Benin? Please, can you if the person is hearing, let the person hear very well. When he was coronated, Auntie, do you remember this Italy Benin people prostitution stuff?
Yes.
Woman trafficking.
Yes.
You remember when the Oba?
Have they stopped?
The Oba when he brought out all their gods from the time of the 14th century, and those gods were brought out from the palace which nobody had seen, and swore to that thing. Do you know how many Benin people that died? People who are doing, even to the extent that he even added that if you know you live in this soil and you are not a Benin person, but you live in this soil, you eat the salt, the pepper and everything of this land, you will die. Most of them died. Have you seen that? You find out that even that they are wedding something that they use, this one's father had to ban the people who are making it. That's why you see the new ones they are doing is the ones that the hairdressers innovated. What are they talking about? Please let that person. It's a pity that I don't know who stopped history in the Nigerian secondary school. That is the people that destroyed a lot of people. So a lot of them are lost. A lot of people in Nigeria.
A lot of us are lost, including me that I'm talking, because I watched that movie yesterday, that documentary. Tears came to my eyes. I tell you, what is our pride has been taken away and stripped from us as a people.
If you understand your culture, you have an identity. A lot of people are lost because they don't even know the culture where they are coming from. So they will not appreciate. And you have all these criminal so-called Pentecostal churches who don't even know what they do. They came and destroyed everything. Came and bastardized everything. So the MFA will be telling you when they call you Oruki is evil. Change your name. Oh, when you are getting married, don't let them wash your leg. Don't let them wash your leg when you are getting married.
And those are the things they were doing in those days. They made us stop it.
Yes. These are the things, that's why you see that. That's why if you read things fall apart.
But they said, you know why they are stopping? They said some people will put juju and use it to wash somebody's leg.
It's a lie. a means to confuse the people. No juju, nothing. That's why if you read Things Fall Apart, Chinua Achebe was replying a British man that wrote a book and said Africa the dark continent. He was replying them to say, before you came, Africa existed.
Yeah.
Every system existed. We had a government, we had a political government, we had a judicial government, we have ways we've been living. Then when you came, things fell apart and the center could not hold because you introduced a strange religion which the people don't understand. Me, I tell people, I say, look, in Africa, Africans don't steal because there's a repercussion. Then Africans don't buy stolen goods.
Remember, I said it in one of my shows. Was it 2 weeks ago that in those days when I was growing, I remember you will leave your door. Nobody dare come inside your house.
If you go to Yanegua in Bayelsa State, the old traditional markets in Yanegua, till tomorrow, the traders still leave their things there. They will leave it, they will tie it with rubber, thick polythene, so that in case of rain, moist dew, the next day their things are there.
Somebody, I'm throwing this question to us because you are really enlightening us. Somebody throw a question now. He said, fighting and getting all these artifacts is a good development, but building a world-class museum is great development. What about preservation and maintenance of these artifacts in a state setting like Edo State?
Yes, that is why when they were talking about, there were people who have been fighting these things. These are Nigerians who are historians, art historians, who have been fighting these things for a very long time. The repatriation of stolen
artifacts.
Artifacts. We call, yes, the repatriation of stolen artworks that were taken away, not only in Nigeria. Then when it comes to Nigeria time, they had a problem between the governor, Obaseki, and the Oba. They started dragging. It was a big problem at the end of the day. This matter was settled. Buhari settled the matter. They had to call the Oba. They had to Obaseki, then the Minister for Information. They settled this thing in Aso Rock. At the end of the day, the governor said he would be in charge of it. They said Nigeria. So because they did, they were not saying what the letter used in settling the matter. Buhari now said to settle this matter that is causing a lot of problems, that the artifacts we are collected from Benin, let the artifacts go back to the place they collected it. The reason why Nigeria is involved is that today, Benin is in Nigeria under a sovereign government. That's why when the first college, the first university returned theirs, we had, when they went to sign the first agreement, a representative from the Benin Kingdom, which was the heir apparent, was there. The ambassador, our UK ambassador, was there. Director for museums was there. Minister of Information was there. All the people that are involved, culture, all of them were there to sign the agreement. So that's why when they collected, they did the ceremony. When they handed over when they wanted to hand it over in the UK here, Benin chiefs were there to collect it. They handed it over first. The white people handed it over first to the ambassador, minister. Minister handed it over to the Benin chiefs. Then when they brought the things to Nigeria back, the ambassador and the minister and the director of art and culture had to follow that artifact straight to Benin, and they took it to the Oba Palace and handed it over to the Oba. So they've made an arrangement that a world-class museum will be built there in Benin, and they are building the museum. That is where those things will be kept. Because like what the person asks, all the logistic of stealing and all those things wouldn't happen. It's even a crime.
So you think it will be maintained with time as time goes on?
See, these things for the Benis are not arts. For the Benis, these things
they are more than arts to them.
These things are it for Africa. What the white man calls art is not art to us.
Yes.
These things has meaning. They symbolize something. It's like the Ibeji effigy that the Yorubas keep.
It's like they've thrown that one away too.
The Ibeji effigy, the Yoruba keep them if you have twins. And at the end of the day, the people will think this thing is art. To us, it's not
It is not
art.
art. It means more than that.
It's not.
It's a spiritual
It's
thing to us.
symbolizing something. It's spiritual.
Honestly,
It's like
I recommend again. Bigger Than Africa. Go and watch it, please.
I've watched it.
No, I'm telling
I've
people.
watched.
I'm telling
Okay.
other people in case you are just joining.
Okay. The thing, like I said earlier on, a lot of people have lost because they don't understand the culture. If you understand the culture, most of the things, all the people will be questioning. You don't need to question it. There are certain things because it's there. But when you do not do history, you don't even know about your history. I told somebody in a group like that, I said, look, if you want to know the history of the Yorubas very well, please go and read Johnson's account. If you are not satisfied, go and read Ade Ajayi's account of the Nigerian history. And the person was like, he had to go and look for it. I said, go and look for those history books. If you can get them, sit down. Johnson's book was written in 1920 something. That has a deep, though some historians came out to say Johnson's account was not correct. That Johnson's account was not correct of the history of the Yorubas. I've read that copy. It's real in-depth. That if you also read Ade Ajayi, History of Nigeria, you see the Yoruba district, you will read everything and understand. For those who don't know, because Johnson was talking about history, he was also talking about culture of the Yoruba people before the Arabs even came in, before you had the jihadists coming in. So you will really understand some things we do are not really us. We collected them from different places. So if you can get that Johnson's account on the histories of Yoruba, it will help for those people who do not understand. If you want to read that of Benin, you can go and read Egwareba. There are a lot of people who wrote history so that people can understand than having wrong this thing.
Wrong notion.
So all those things are not just acts that you want to go and be looking. No, they mean something. When the Oba swore, he brought out those ancestor things and swore. Do you know the Benin people that died? People who are doing human trafficking.
Can you please repeat the book? Somebody is asking for the name of the book so I can type it for
Which
them.
one?
Johnson something or something. Johnson.
Yeah, The History of Yoruba by Johnson.
Okay.
I forgot.
Honestly, it's time we go back to all these things and know where we're coming from. The lies are just too much. History of.
Yeah, if you read, Auntie, I will advise you to look for that book and read.
I will read. I will buy it on Amazon. It should be on Amazon, right? History of the Yorubas.
Yeah, History of Yoruba by Johnson.
Okay.
If you read Johnson's account, in Johnson's account, he will tell you that the Yorubas do not know charm. That charm was introduced to the Yorubas by the Nupe people. You will see some cultures that you will be shocked when you read that man's account.
Yes, I remember my parents mentioning that Nupe people are the...
It's the Nupe people that came in and taught Yoruba people how to do charm. Yoruba people don't do charm. They don't know anything about charm. So a lot of people don't really.
What is the name of the second book? I've put that one. The name of the second one.
That one is Ade Ajayi, History of Nigeria.
Okay.
Ade Ajayi, History of Nigeria. Even this
Ifa. Is that time we know much about ourselves?
Even this Ifa they are talking. Ifa did not originate from Yoruba land.
History of Nigeria by what? By who? Sorry.
Ade Ajayi.
Okay, thank you.
Ade Ajayi. Yes. Even this Ifa they are talking did not originate from Yoruba.
From where?
Did he originate from Yoruba? This Ifa they are talking.
Where did he originate from? Is he not from Ile-Ife?
No.
From where?
That's why I say you should go. That's why I say you should go and read Ajayi. This person's book, Johnson's book. So there are a lot of things. When people move during history time, this one is bringing this one is bringing this. There's exchange of culture.
Why did they even stop all this history thing that would have helped?
Because they want to
even here too, they stopped doing history for a reason. For obvious reasons.
See, the reason why they stopped is they want to distort a generation, confusing them. Because if you know your history, you don't know how to ask questions. You see all these people fighting IPOB doing Biafra something. If they know the history of the Civil War, they won't fight.
Are we not confused already? Can't you see the confusion?
If they know what happened what caused that civil war, people if this book, this Ajayi's book, I'm telling you, that say you should buy, you will see the history of how civil war started. That civil war is a selfish war, which people will tell you.
By Samuel Johnson. Thank you. Oh yeah, Mola. Yes, thank
Samuel
you.
Johnson. If you read that and if you know the history of the civil war,
I think it's on Amazon. I've seen it.
You can get it on Amazon.
It's on Amazon.
Those are old books.
I'll buy it. I'm buying it once I'm done. I'll order for it.
Yeah, when you buy it, you read it, you will understand, so that when people begin to talk what they don't know, you will have the authority to tell them, say, please don't say that. That is not the right thing.
Especially what I'm doing, what I'm on.
No, the thing is the whole thing is when you cut history, if people don't know their history, they are clueless, just like as you said, that we are confused. All these people who are fighting, if they know the history of civil war, what happened that civil war fought, they will hold Ojukwu responsible because he fought a selfish battle, which they don't understand. If you know where you come from, if you know your history, you will know what to go, you know what to demand, and you know what is happening. A lot of people are clueless, just as you said. And that's why you have a lot of confusion. So, art for Africa is not for art.
Somebody said from the caller's account, I think our general issues and problems emanated from the fact that we Nigerians are not taught Nigerian history. Yes, lots of educated Nigerians and even historians are not well informed. You are right, Augustine. That's just the to cap.
Auntie, that person is not right. If that person is this generation, he was not taught, because
why is it not right? Like me too, I don't know much history.
No, I did history.
Oh, because you did history.
That is what I said. After my time, history was stopped. I did history till A levels. I did history.
Oh, because you did history, it might help. Some of us we didn't do history.
If you do not do history, that is where the problem lies. But normally in primary school then in Lagos State, they taught us how Bayajida, the Hausa Baza, and the Hausa days.
But not in depth. Not in depth now.
No, it is when you start going up. Because in secondary
you know what, Augustine, I would say our problem more as a people is because we don't read. We ourselves do not seek information personally.
People don't read.
That's our problem. We don't read. We don't have that reading culture. These people that we are talking about, they have reading culture. You will come into their homes. You hardly come into any of their homes. You will not see a shelf with books.
No, Auntie.
We don't read.
Our fault. No, Auntie. Africans, what we call the African culture is oral culture. It is called an oral culture. This is what they call oral culture. History is passed from generation to generation. Like
telling the story.
Yes, by telling your children stories. It doesn't mean because we don't write. Doesn't mean that we are.
We don't know. We don't know.
That is what we in African studies have been able to tell the whites, that because we don't have it written, doesn't mean we were not developed. Because we have an oral culture. Our oral culture is father telling the son telling the father. This one, you tell your side the story. You tell your child, look, we are living here. Doesn't mean this is where we come from. We are living here. It's just like the root story. Alex Haley.
Yes.
That had to trace. It's like the grandmother said, my mother said, my father said that this is where we come from. That is how it happens in Africa, because that's why we have what they call growths. These growths are the people we put. That's why you see Oriki, the Orikis of the Yoruba is history. When they talk about the Oriki of a town, they are telling you the history of the town, how it came about. But you have to, you tell your children. Every town in the Yoruba land has an Oriki that tells the story. So we have people who tell these stories, and it's from generation to generation, because we learn. The way we learn by seeing. We want to do the ritual. You grow up seeing your parents performing a particular ritual. Definitely you watch the ritual, you are involved. At the end of the day, when that generation pass, the culture, the learning, and the training has been shifted to the next generation. That's why it doesn't die. So, not that we don't read. The problem that happened to us is that when the so-called people came, then the thing even during the time of the Orthodox churches, it was still good. You had the culture still there. But when the influx of the Pentecostal people came, they destroyed everything.
Everything. I agree with you.
Telling you, oh, you are not supposed to be answering this particular name. Failing to forget that we as Africans, we give names according to events. We give them according to your feelings. Oh, don't answer that name. Don't do this. Don't do Oriki. It's evil. In the Niger Delta, if you have a child, if you give birth to a baby, we take the baby and throw the baby into the water, into the river. The baby will go down and come up. That is what we will never see. A child will never drown.
Somebody said, I think major problem is because Christianity and Islam was made official in Nigeria and legal to be taught in school. And it affected majority of us. Some will go as far as changing their indigenous name. Yes, that's what she just said. I changed my name too until I changed it back again. Now I proudly bear my Yoruba name. And it's yeah.
You see, in Benin Republic, our very close neighbor, the Voodoo religion is a national religion. In Benin Republic, the Voodoo
up till now, yes.
Till tomorrow, you can't throw it away from Benin.
We all have it away. These people have really done damage. You.
They've done a lot of damage to us. Most festivals have gone. The worst of all this MFM and all these stupid people came out and convinced the people, oh, go to your house and destroy shrine.
Yes.
Go and destroy what the white people will pay. Do you know I was walking one day and I saw some people hanging Bashara?
Where? Where did I see Bashara last?
Bashara, they are using Bashara to decorate their house. I said, what?
What? Did they even still make that Panchara?
I don't
know. In that movie that I watched yesterday, that Beyond Bigger Than Africa, they show this in Brazil. They have all law that they use in grinding pepper. This stone.
Kind of stone one.
Yeah, and that stone the stew can be sweet. They show it. They have it in Brazil. When I saw that, I said, where is? And we don't even have that. I don't think that thing is still existing.
If you want to get those stone, if you go to Ibadan, you go to Ibadan. They sell it in Ibadan. It's coming. I went into somebody was using Ashara. Like I was telling them, do you know this thing you are using? This thing is a local trade that they use in selling things in the market.
Yes.
Raffia made kind of this thing, and I was like, sure. Somebody even used what they use in catching fish. So this so-called Christianity or whatever they call the Islam people, they've made Nigerians, maybe mostly Nigerians and some African countries to forget where they are coming from. Because this is what the British could not achieve in India for 400 years when they colonized them. They couldn't change the Indians. They couldn't do anything to the Chinese people. They were there for 400 years, but their presence did not change the Indians. It did not break their Hinduism. It didn't break their Buddhism. It didn't break their culture of class culture. It didn't change anything.
Up till now, they still have this their red thing they put on their head. They have their shrine. They have their shrine. I used to pass by their shrine. They still have it here. They have this. They do
everything. That's our own. Immediately, white man came. We do not. You see the ones practicing feminism. That's the ones that make me laugh most. You don't even know what feminism is talking about. You are practicing feminism. You don't even know. The people who are saying they are practicing feminism, that brought feminism.
Is that one a religion again or what?
No, feminism is this women that say, we are the ones that stay on top. You know, I have my freedom.
Well, I'm married. I'm married, but I still have my freedom. Is that what it means?
feminists, the people who call themselves, oh, a man is supposed to open the door for me. We have they are the ones that brought this Western idea of partner. They are the ones also who says they have this their feminist theory. I don't bow for a man. I cannot, everything is equal. They have, if you can go and read their theories are very funny to me. I'm not a student of feminism or gender. Their stories are very much. So when we imbibe feminism, that is another thing that you have broken homes. That is another thing we have a lot of baby mamas. Your culture is your culture. We can't change it.
Because that's what makes us, and is in our gene and makeup already.
It is you. We can't change who we are. We discard the bad ones and imbibe the good ones, but we cannot use another person's own to suppress our own. That's why things fall apart and the center cannot hold. And that is what we are going. That is.
As everything jaga confusion everywhere. Yes. Even the people that claim to know this thing, you ask them questions, they can't answer. They don't have answer.
You don't have answer. You are claiming.
You cannot lie for too long. Now we are asking questions. They don't even have answer to all the questions we are asking.
Yes, now you're asking a question. You don't even have, like some communities in Africa who don't have kings. All of a sudden, just because, today you must have a king. You go to those communities, like in my mother's community, they don't have king. And you bring in king. And at the end of the day, you find out that everybody is busy fighting. And the people will go and tell government, we don't want king again. Government said, but you say you want king. You will wait, let him die. When he dies, then you stop the kingship. If you don't operate a kingship, a royal system in your place, and you go and bring it, that's how you will destroy yourselves. And that is what is happening to us in Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
You want to bring it. That's why you see the Igbos. Igbos don't have kings. They have their system of government.
They have OB.
No. The only people that have king is Onitsha. And this Onitsha...
Okay, that's OB of Onitsha.
Yes, they relate it. The way Onitsha operates their own system is different from the core Igbos.
Yes, Jonathan, that's what we are discussing. Their Yoruba tradition celebrated in Trinidad till now, till today, in Trinidad and Tobago.
All the Caribbean countries have, as they were going, they went with their culture now. They went with their culture. They didn't.
Okay, thank you, Leche. Feminism is an advocacy about women liberation. Ìyẹn Benjin kìíní kọ́ nìyẹn.
Yes, the Benjin people.
Àwọn náà lọ sí Benjin nìyẹn. Gbogbo wa máa wà all right. Ó lágbára. Ayé ti wá dorí kodò báyìí. Tọ́dọ̀ wa ló tiẹ̀ wọ́. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the enlightenment. Thank you for the recommendations. I will go and get those books and read. Yes, I will.
Even if you want to know about the Nepal people, you can also get it on YouTube.
Okay.
They call it When Brothers Marry One Wife.
Wow.
You can get it on, you can get it.
But that one can't get as a BO.
No, it is, I did some part of anthropology. That's why I know most of these things.
Okay.
It is their culture. You can't just change it. They have a reason why they do it. So when you read about it, if we are in the same place, I can bring some documents.
Okay, thank you, Ola. Somebody said he has sent me a PDF copy of it, so I can read it online.
Yes,
thank you.
You can see it. You can read it online.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ola. Thank you. I will sure read it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate your presence, your call, your enlightenment. You really, really gave us insight. So I give you a clap. Thank you. Oh, Lagbara, we have really learned today. In fact, I have learned so much. And that's one of the things that gives me joy doing this, because in the process of talking, people have taught me a lot too. So I'm really, really enjoying, because I'm the type of person that is open to learning. So we have said so much this morning. This afternoon. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, àwọn náà dàbàrú gbogbo ẹ̀ o, àwọn gangan náà dàbàrú ẹ̀. Àwọn gangan ni. Àwọn gangan náà dàbàrú ẹ̀. Their advent just changed everything. They just messed up everything, our mentality, our person, our identity. They messed it up, but we are getting it back. We are getting it back, and that's why we will not stop talking. We have learned more information today about what is happening, and let's keep our identity. Something is not right, and obviously they know something, they did something to us. So I won't talk much. You know what's going on my page. So people can call in and talk, but when me I'm talking is a big deal. So let's continue to do this together. Whatever information you have about all these things, let's continue to bring it out. Okay. And about the polygamy thing, I've mentioned the type of polygamy: agbero type, senseless type, mumu type, deceptive type, and the wisdom type. So it all depends on how you do it. Yes, thank you. Very educative today. We have really learned a lot. I learned a lot. I'm going to start reading the book, and whatever I find in it, I will definitely bring it out for people to know. We cannot lose ourselves as a people of. We have lost our language already. I'm sure you know that. We are just trying to retrieve that language back. You know, for example, it pains me now that my kids are in America that I didn't start speaking Yoruba to them from when they were young. And I will enjoin you. Your children automatically will understand English. Stay with your language, with your children. They are going to school, they will learn English from there. You know why? I found out that Europeans have languages. They don't speak English to themselves. Only when they will address strangers, and they don't speak it well, and they are not ashamed of the way they will speak it. They will speak it anyhow to you. But their own language, they are so proud of it. So I want to encourage the younger ones. If you are speaking your language, speak it to your kids. I saw a video of one girl that they sent to me. Please stay with your language. Your kids will understand English. We are a people of culture. We are a people of tradition. We are throwing so many things away. At a point, we will get to a place we will not know where we are from. Our children and grandchildren will be lost. Just like some people, I don't want to mention it here today. If you know how much they are paying to look for their ancestry DNA, they are paying so much to know where they are from. And it's a pain in their hearts. Serious pain. Some of them, I've spoken with them. You see tears rolling their faces when they are talking, that they don't know where they are from. They don't even know how they want to identify. They can't identify here. They can't identify with people back in Africa. They don't even know, because already everything is mixed up, and they want to know. They would love to know. So don't let us lose our identity as a people. Some things are just our culture. For example, this polygamy thing, you find yourself there, use wisdom. Apply that wisdom thing. Copy Segun Ogungbe. That guy is somebody to be emulated when it comes to polygamy. I'm not saying do polygamy. Don't get me wrong. Disclaimer. I'm not saying do polygamy. It's not for everybody. And on this note, thank you very much. I think I'm done with the show. I'm not doing no more show again for today. My back is aching me from sitting down for too long. So, me. Thank you, everybody. Love you. Please don't forget to help me to share. And Facebook has given me star. Yes, even here in US, somebody said in University of Benin and Ife, you have Europeans studying Yoruba and speaking it fluently. Yoruba language has become a language. They are learning Yoruba language now for us, and that is why they said bigger than Africa. That Yorubas are bigger than Africa. They are not just anybody. And now I don't blame people who are agitating for that nation. If it is based on that, then honestly, I will give my support. If it is based on that, now I'm understanding the reason why they're agitating for it. Not because somebody is stealing. But for us not to lose ourselves as a people, I will support that. We need to be recognized as a people. Somebody said here, Pope John Paul has apologized for the sin of church. It is too late because our people are confused already. You can see the confusion we are dealing with in our midst. It is damn too late. They should come and carry their load. They should come out publicly. They should come out publicly and tell us. They should come out publicly and tell us what they have done to us. They should come out and apologize. They should come out and tell us so that our people, our children can get their own identity. We cannot continue this way. Based on that particular one, I watched that movie yesterday and I said, honestly, I'm giving my support now. That Yoruba people deserve to be a people on their own. We deserve to be. Based on that, that's bigger than Africa. And truly, we are scattered all over the world. We are losing a lot, but some people are refusing to let it go. We need to come together and build it. We are enough of their manipulation and this thing that they use to change a lot of things for us. We are a people, beautiful culture. Proudly, I always say it, I'm a Yoruba woman. We might be using English for others to understand us and all that, but proudly, Yoruba, we are a people that is supposed to be strong. Exactly. That is exactly based why I said I am giving my support now. If they do it, the people agitating for it right, do it, I will give my support. That Yorubas deserve to have their own nation. We deserve it before we will go into extinction. The way it is going, if care is not taken, Yoruba race will go into extinction. Everything that makes us a beautiful culture, a beautiful people, a beautiful people of pride. We are not just any culture that will be thrown away. No, we are too much for that. We are people of intelligence and everything. Anywhere we find, go and come here. Yorubas are doing exploits too. You will hear many doctors, they will mention Yoruba. Many Yorubas are there. Here. And not only that, we have a culture. Our culture must not go into extinction. Based on that, I'm giving my support. Eshegun, thank you very much. And don't forget to follow this new page, Facts with Atia Duni. They have given us the page back. Facebook has given it to us back. If you have been following and you took yourself out, follow back now. Because this particular page will be shown more than the other one that has 82,000 followers. Make them carry their load. Carry them back. We no want. Only Mumu go see they follow these people. Their lives is being exposed every day. Every day. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for people that join me on YouTube. Somebody said, I don't think it will extinct, but my fear is in the future, people should not think Yoruba is from Brazil or Caribbean island. Because Ademola, that's a good point. Because already Brazil, in fact, I'm going to Brazil because of this thing. Muma program Arami, I want to go to Brazil when they are going to do their festival. Already, what we have thrown away in Nigeria, what we are throwing away for foreign culture, for foreign religion, they are adopting far away Caribbeans in Brazil, Trinidad, just name all the Jamaica, just name it. They are adopting it seriously. They are there adopting it. So I will look out for their next festival. I will be there. Proudly, I will be there. And I will showcase it wide. Live. Mo bá wọn wọṣọ funfun yẹn. Inú funfun la ní àzèyàn kan tó dé. We are good people until they came and brought greed and everything into our midst. So mo máa find out ìgbà tó máa ṣe program wọn yẹn. I will go. It's part of my holiday plan. Thank you, everybody. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa lọ sìn. Thank you. Whatever information, just send to my. In the future, Omowumi, you have not far from the truth. Very soon, they will tell people, our children, that they are the custodian of all these things. Very soon, the way they will repackage it and tell our children yet unborn, our generation that are still not even close, they will tell them maybe in another 100 years, they are the custodian, that they own it, that this is how to do it. They have to do it this way. They will now tell them again. They know how to repackage something. Your friend, please, can you let me ask you some questions? I want to go. The next one, I want to go. I will go. I want to relate with things like that now. not any foreign thing. I'm done with foreign religion, foreign God. They stay with their own God. Things are working in their own country. We threw away our own God. In that documentary, they said every people have their own way of life before all this colonial master came. They have their own way of life where things are working for them peacefully, no problem, until these people with their and started going everywhere to control. And in this thing they created, this religion was for control. They created it to control, to have, to manipulate, to be in charge. Okay, they are in charge already, but let them know, let us have our own identification and still know ourselves. They are taking it away gradually. Ẹ ṣé jèrè ẹ̀yin tèmi, love you all. Ẹ bá mi share please. Thank you.